So that's all in there, which is great. Now what we want to do is insert, let's say just 2 users, just so that we have something. So we'll do an insert into users. This will be one of the last times we're actually inserting stuff manually, rather than using our code to do it for us and inserting 500 at a time. So all we're going to do is insert email, and we'll leave off created at for now. We'll just have it be the default. So that means we'll have, what do we want to do? Let's do Katie34 at yahoo.com. And then we'll add in another one, which will be, let's do Tunde at gmail.com. Sure, just like that. So just 2 users. I'm not going to source this again unless I commented this out. Otherwise, it would try and create users again. Just copy this. Do we have any syntax issues? We'll see. Okay, it looks good. We can do a quick select star from users. There we go. Okay, so we have data in here. That's all we need to start. Now our goal is to come over to this file, and rather than doing these silly select cur time and cur date now, we're going to try and select from the users table. We want to make sure that not only are we connecting to the database, which we've already established, but we want to see if we are able to connect with that table and query it. And the syntax is actually the same. So I have a slide on it, but if you notice, we're just doing connection.query, and then we just have a query here that we can replace with whatever we want. So our query is what? How do we select everything from users? Well, we just did it. Select star from users. So we'll save that. And, again, you could just copy it and paste that right there. I'm going to get rid of all of this because we're not working with time, date, and now anymore. All I'm going to do is say, if there's an error, throw the error. And then we'll do console.log results, just like that. So I'm going to get rid of everything else here, just these. So this is just set up. We're not even using Faker. Can get rid of that. All that I'm doing, connecting to the database. Then I have a queue, which is just storing our simple select star from users. Then I'm doing connection.query. So take this connection we set up, run this query, which the first argument is select star from users. The second argument is everything. Basically, it's a function that will be called when our query finishes. So when it either comes back saying, great, it worked, or it comes back saying, hey, your database isn't running, or I can't find that table, whatever it is. If there's an error, throw the error. If there is no error, this is empty. There will be nothing there. And console.log results. So we need to go over to the correct terminal and run it. Make sure we save. I have a circle up there. So save nodeapp.js. Okay, take a look at that. We've got 2 results. Each one is a row data packet with an email and a created at. Email and created at. So that's looking good. We are getting our data back. And if we wanted to only take a look at Tunde and his information, we can drill down and just access results 1. They're indexed at 0. It's an array, JavaScript. So this is the 0th result, and this is the first. Save, run it again. You can see we now are only dealing with Tunde. And if we only wanted to print out, let's say, his email, you can just do .email. And there we go, Tunde at gmail.com. Okay, so that's the first and most basic thing that we can do as far as selecting. So now when we're talking about this join us application that we're making, we're never actually selecting all the user information. We're going to have 500 or 1,000 users, ideally more. We're not selecting all of them. What we're trying to display to the user is just how many there are. We're trying to display how many users there are. And that is just a matter of counting. Now, we could do it a really kind of bad way. I was almost going to curse there. A really bad way, which would be basically select all the users and then just run results.length, which will tell us how many results there are, which gives us 2. So that's a really bad way of doing it, because if we have 10,000 items in our database, we're going to go select all of them, bring all of them back here just so that we can do .length on it. I don't think that's a good way of doing it. So rather than doing that, what we can do instead is just do count. Select count star from users, just like we've done before. Now if we do it, you can see we get count is 2. And remember we can add in an as, so we'll call it as, let's call it total this time. And it needs to go here after the field before the from. And now if we run it again, you can see it's stored under total. And if we wanted to get that, it's just a matter of results 0 dot total. And now we get 2. So this is a much better way because we're asking MySQL to count and just give us the count back. We don't actually need every row. So instead of 10,000 results back, just give us this count and then we can work with that. So this is what we'll be doing. We will have a query like this when a user goes to the home page of our application. Bear with me while I scroll back. Should probably just edit this.
Speed it up. Okay.
But when a user goes to this page, this number is the results of our node or Node.js running that connection.query select count star from users. And whatever number comes back, we are sticking in the markup in the HTML.